Hey guys, welcome back to the Truth and Tales podcast with your favorite host Victoria and
Yemi.
Yay! Welcome guys, welcome back guys.
Yeah.
We are super excited to be here again. Thank you guys so much for all the love and support that you guys have been showing.
Yeah.
Thank you for the feedback on our videos.
Thank you.
We are so grateful to you guys. And also remember that we have our personal channels always linked below. Truth and Tales is also available on all of your podcast platforms. If you're yet subscribed to this channel, please make sure you do so. If you're yet to like this video, please make sure you do so. Remember to leave a comment, remember to share this video. So today we have a truth to discuss with you, and as you guys know, truth is usually either us giving our opinion or something, or a story that you guys have shared with us. And somebody reached out to us over this week to ask a question, which is a follow-up on the video we did. So if you've not watched the last video, better go and watch it. Well, it will be the last two videos now.
Exactly.
Anyway, Yemi, what are we talking about today?
Yes. As always, you guys know that when you send us, requests, we always put it as high priority. So immediately we got this, we knew that we're going to really, talk about it. So yes, that's what we're going to be doing today. And I'm just going to read out what she said to us. Like Victoria already said, this is a question from the video we did on boundaries, sharing our own opinion on, what we saw on Tolulope Solutions video on boundaries. So we shared our own opinion in that video, and there is a question, an interesting one. You guys, you love this one. But anyways, yes, I'm just going to read it quickly. I'm not going to read out her name, so I'm just going to go to the rest of it, of the story. So my name is so, and so I am married. I have a 3-month-old baby, a 3-month-old daughter. She went on to say thank you and things like that. So let me go straight to the point. I just watched your YouTube video about setting boundaries with other women in your marriage, and this is my current situation. I got married in 2022 and moved to a new area here in Abuja with my husband. Is it Cobra? Anyways, there is this our neighbor who is divorced with 3 kids. Okay. She began to get close to my husband. At first, she didn't know he was married, but she eventually met me. But this woman wants to be all over my husband all the time. My husband is a calm, nice, and good-looking man, okay? He's quick to set boundaries with women even before we met. On the other hand, he can be very oblivious when a woman is all over him, like you mentioned in the video. Yes, we did talk about that in the video. So she would come to the house to see him since we lived in the same compound. She will cook and bring for us. She would even send him money and say it's her token of love to my own husband.
He
rejected it though.
Token of love.
if she doesn't want to do token, if she wants to do heavy, what will she now do? What if you buy a car or you just build the house and say
token of love?
Huge love.
Okay,
anyways, he rejected it though, but I feel very disrespected. Sometimes she needs stuff from my house and she goes to ask my husband, then he refers her back to me. She would even claim she is battling with spiritual stuff and she needs my husband's assistance and prayers since she knows he is a minister. I've spoken to my husband about it and he has taken caution, but she wouldn't stop. I'm 26 years old and she's in her early 30s, so I feel like she takes me for a child. She will do all those disrespectful stuff in my presence and still want to relate with me somehow. In fact, last week we packed from the compound to our own house and she still mentioned that they will come for weekend with her kids at my house. She won't even know my house safe, so no weekend for her. My dear, that's some period. That's some period. but she still calls my husband and all. Since I've spoken to my husband like twice about this lady and she's still all around him, I don't want to talk to him again before it translates to pressure, which most men hate, especially him. Okay, this is a concern to me. Please, what do I do, ma'am? What do I do?
What will I do? The top of started singing.
Interesting. I love this follow-up. Actually, I don't know why I just really love this situation, because I imagine myself when I was, a young married woman, 26, and then one girl, she's not even old, early 30s, there, thinking that she can be doing me anyhow. As I was just reading, I just remember my strong head back in that day when my head is still hot. When
she didn't know who she's talking to. She didn't know who she's dealing with.
Oh God! And I just thought, like, I wish I could just give her some of that, gra. Just give it to this married woman, the person that sent us this message, and just give her to just show that lady, that neighbor, Pepe. But I thought, what will it profit a man if you do strong heads? Anyways, so yeah, as you guys are listening to us, please just drop your thoughts in the comments. Let us know what you think about this. Well, first of all, let me not begin with violence, okay, in this video. Victoria, what do you think? What do you think about this?
When she sent that message, when I first of all read it, I'm like, am I dreaming? Like, but then again, I wasn't surprised again because... To be honest, I have seen this happen, not in my own marriage, because and I understand, when you're a new wife and you're young, and the way people look down on you. I have been a new wife. I'm no longer a new wife. We are going to year 3, so I'm not a new wife anymore. But when I just got married, I was a young wife, and sometimes people look down on you and feel like, oh, what does she know? She doesn't know anything. She's a small girl, and people want to take advantage of your age. But she's not even young. She's 26, right? So I to be honest, I don't. And last week when we were talking about this, we made mention the fact that it is we women, because sometimes when we talk about women, people always come to say, why is it always women? Because now they always pass our boundary. Because tell me why. Why would you send money to a married man or go to his house and cook for him when you are not asked? You want to ask something, you don't go through the wife, you go directly to the man. If you don't have agenda, what exactly is the reason? You understand that? So obviously this lady has an agenda, because with everything that she has spoken about, it's just, to be honest, it's just really, really sad, and I felt really, really sorry for her, because I also understand the fact that you don't want to be seen as nagging. At the same time, you want to also, let them know that certain things, or draw certain boundaries with your neighbor. May God not allow us to have unreasonable neighbor, or have witches as neighbor, because I don't think, no, Kojo, it can't even happen, because I don't know if you have ever experienced something like this, but
I think that I've experienced. I think one of the reasons that really helped me to be like really, I was a very young, stubborn wife, right? So let me just put it at that. And I don't mean stubborn in terms of I just go and look for people's trouble, but I was very opinionated. But people would term that as being stubborn, and I'm still very opinionated. And I don't think I'm a very stubborn person, but sometimes I can show myself. But anyways, the thing is, I was really young, and because I was young, I had so much energy and so much, that kind of stubborn head was still really, really heavy on me at the time. So I think that even before I got married, there were cases where people would really look down on me because of my age. And I think that was even one of the reasons why I even used to lie about my age, even before I got married, because I'd experienced, cases where people would look down on you, and when you say something and people be like, oh, that's small girl talk, and you're not good yet, and things like that. So I made up my mind, and I've mentioned it before, even on this, on this channel, on this podcast, that, is one of the things that I lied about, even meeting my husband, because I didn't want somebody to think.
Too.
Exactly.
We've shared it.
Yeah. Because I didn't want him to think that, oh, this person is a smuggler. She doesn't know what she's doing, and she doesn't have this, like, our thoughts put together and all of that. Yeah. So people would definitely look down on you and all of that. And yes, when I went into marriage, because I had that experience even before marriage, I knew that I would not condone certain things going into marriage. But I was quite lucky, because I had, like I said, even in that boundaries video, that I had a husband who understood what boundaries meant, and people around him as well, his colleagues at work, his friends, they still understood, like, boundaries, because they were more mature, they were married people and all of that. But I would say I've not really experienced in terms of like people just, like a neighbor wanting to just really look down on me and think that, okay, especially because, thinking of it now, I remember one of the neighbors I had. I remember one of the neighbors I had, right? Oh, thank you, Holy Spirit, for reminding me. I remember what this woman, a neighbor I had, right? And it didn't take long for me to get pregnant, even when I was a young married woman. So I remember this woman, she would always, like, when it's hot now, and there was not always no lights. And when you don't put on gen, you guys will be outside, to take fresh air. And I really didn't want to be outside that much because of mosquitoes. So I would rather be inside than be outside, but my husband cannot allow heat to kill himself, so he'll be outside, and this woman will always come out, and she'll be there, talking to him, and they'll be gisting, and they'll be, she's a really very matured woman. She's way older than my husband, I'm sure. She's a very matured woman, but she wasn't married, and I used to see, like, she used to have different men coming to her house, whether they are colleagues, whether they are friends, family members, that's none of my concern. But she used to have guests and things like that. So whenever she doesn't have guests and her generator is not on as well, she will come outside and they'll just, just like, casual neighbors and things like that. So, but I remember that this one would never want to say hello to me, or when she see me, she'll be expecting me to greet her first, because based on respect now, she would never reach out to be like, oh, hi there, or just say, hey, how are you? Or,
I'm thinking of one example too.
She will not be like, okay, but if she sees my husband, she'll be quick to say, how was your day, or things like that. Maybe because I wasn't also working as well, I was always at home, so she didn't, I don't know whatever her reason was, but she never thought to say hello. There were other people in the area as well that would greet her, but this particular woman just thought, and we were the ones that were in the same compound. And I remember when I even gave birth, and she was sharing tips on what I needed to eat and drink with my husband. I don't know whether he's the one that will eat the pepper soup meal, or she's the one that will do. And even when I can't remember if she gave gifts or whatever thing she did, it was to my husband. Me and her, I never really had a particular relationship. But the reason why I never really had any much issues with it was because it never passed whenever my husband was outside. They didn't even have each other's phone numbers. It doesn't pass when he's outside, when he's available to talk. So, and whenever they finish talking, obviously my husband will come home and give me the gist. So I'll just look at her and pity her the more that, hey, she's bored and lonely. So I'll just be like, okay, that's fine. Because it never really passed whenever he's available outside. But she didn't give me, that kind of respect that, okay, this man, this is my neighbor that I enjoy talking to, oh, let me say hello to the wife, or let me even say wave or things like that. But she will walk as if she needed me to say hello first. And when you say hello first, you'll be like, oh, like, when you are waving all those children in the neighborhood that are greeting you. She just give me that vibe. I mean, I'll just go my way because I do not have time. Because in myself, I'm pitying her in my own head. So yeah, that happened, and yeah, I have experienced that kind of situation. But because I didn't really get to that point where they had numbers, they were talking, she was bringing food. I don't even think she has finished cooking for herself in the house, because you never got to that point where she would bring money or things like that. But I knew that if she had done it, what I would advise this person in this video is what I would have done. Me, myself, and I. So, yeah. You
see, I was saying that, although, like, just like you two, we never had that instance. Like, my husband doesn't... When I just met my husband, when I went to his compound for the first time, because, he lives in a compound, you have other tenants there. One of his neighbors was like, that's... If it's only when I'm around, they used to see my husband. Like, it's either he's going to work or he's coming back from work. That's the only time they see, when he's going out to the gate and coming inside the gate, enters his house. He never, like, she was like, that was even the first day that we ever spoke, because I've been going there I go there once in a while. And I remember this day I went there, and then she was like, sister, come. And then she was not asking me that, your Oga, and she was just talking, and I think it was my birthday. Yes, it was my husband's birthday. I bought cake for him, and then he took to work, and then he brought some home, and obviously we are not going to eat the cake finish. So I cut some, and I know he has like children in the compound, so I asked him to give it to them, because obviously I've never spoken to them before. Or what? No, I gave it to them. My husband will not. If I give, he will not. So I gave it to the parents and told them, it's my husband's birthday, this and this. And she was like, hey, and that was how she just, started talking to me. She used to tell me that my husband, she has never seen, it's only when I'm around she sees my husband smiling. He never smiles. It just both face go in and out. Yeah. That's to tell you, like, he's very, very, particular about it. But then when we wanted to get married, we had to move to a bigger apartment. And that's when we went to this other apartment. And I have so this apartment is, you have single people there. You have, don't let me talk. You shall have some very, very, people that have different job description. Those that work in the morning and those that work at night, right? And then you have, a few married people, well, like maybe 3, there. And I remember when I just moved in with my husband, one of the married people, I don't know if she's married, she doesn't, at least this particular one, I don't want to talk too much because my husband still lives there. Anyway, one thing led to another. I noticed that whenever I'm coming in, I greet, she doesn't answer me. She does not talk to me unless I'm with my husband. And even when I understand that my husband was like around and she greeted my husband. No, we both greeted her and she only answered my husband. Like, I realized that, hey, this lady, anytime that she even, the few times that she responds to me, she will say, how are you, dear? You know the way you will talk to your child.
Never smile.
How are you, dear? That's how me to I close shop. If you like pass me 1 million times, it's because I'm greeting you that you think that you are important. Me too, I stop greeting. Eventually, after a few, maybe some months, she's the one that started greeting me back. Because sometimes you just have to, if people don't respect you, and before we go into advising this lady, in case, for you not to find yourself in this situation, you have to have self-respect. Yeah. If you don't respect yourself, it's the respect you believe you deserve that people will give to you. It is the respect you accord to yourself that people will give to you. So in that situation, when I realized that, okay, it's like, because obviously you could, you can tell my husband is maybe older than me, you don't know my age, you don't know me, but that should not even, because we talked about it last week, that respect is not necessarily about age, right? I am a married woman, you are a married woman. I don't care if you I don't even care whether you are married, because I've never seen your husband in a house. But anyways, I did, that was the first time that I felt, like someone looking down on me, and it made it so obvious whenever I'm with my husband. But anyway, what I was saying is, so that you don't find yourself in this situation, don't accept any disrespect. Don't accept it, because the more you accept it, the more people feel like they can keep on disrespecting you, and the more difficult it is for you to stop it. If the minute it starts, you let them know that this I'm not going to take. I'm not going to, like this woman. When I do first and second time, I say she didn't answer me. I will enter compound straight to my house. If I walk, our eyes can jam like this. I won't say pim. I will enter my house and go open my door. Because initially I was doing what would Jesus do. But I realized that, wait a minute. Yes, I've done what Jesus would do. But this way is like, it's because I'm greeting you think that you are bigger than you are. I enter my house and I come back. I don't say nothing. And then there are other like single ladies around there too. That those ones, that one's another story on its own. But just to let you know that, see, if people see you as, the way she's disrespecting you, are joking, she's making you feel small, you're accepting it, she will continually do that, right? Yeah. So you need to get to that place where you don't give everybody the respect they deserve, give everybody the respect that they give to you. So if you disrespect me, I'm not going to disrespect you because I'm a child of God, but I'm going to let you know that I will not take your disrespect. I don't have to talk to you. I don't have to, be abusive or anything. But if you pass your boundary, I will let you know that, madam, please, let this be the last time you bring food to my house. Do not. This is not a matter of I'm going to tell, because just like she said, men can be very oblivious. They don't really see things the way we see. It's we that know, because we know the heart of women can be desperately wicked. So we know, because for the man, he might think that, maybe she's in need or whatever. But because you're a woman and you know what you would do if you really, really wanted to get a man. So when those signs start to come. So when it's come, you nip it in the bud. My dear, it's this I will not tolerate. So you tell your husband, we spoke last week about, your husband has a role, which the husband, according to her, did well. He sent money, returned the money back.
He didn't even accept it.
Right? And he didn't even, and he tried to create some kind of boundaries, but this woman is like, she has an agenda. So you cannot stay back and expect your husband to do all the work, because trust me, last week we were saying that maybe Tony Lopez Solutions husband should, like, you would have liked it if her husband, the two of them did a video about it, and I really loved, you should see it, I really loved his perspective, because to be honest, men they don't want to, especially when it comes to men and women, they don't want to make you feel disrespected. They don't want to make you feel bad. right? And sometimes they enjoy the attention. It's not because they want to act on it. They just enjoy it. But the only problem is sometimes they enjoy it too much that they don't even realize when by the time it now ends in something else. And I like that, the husband actually spoke into that thing, that sometimes they just want to see how it plays out. It's not because they are blind. Sometimes they just want to see. But sometimes they really, really do not know that this is where it is going. So you cannot just, be talking to your husband, you have to, your husband is doing everything he can do. If you think your husband will go and fight with her or tell her, stop calling me and everything, most men will not do it. Because they will feel like they don't want to hurt her. Men, the way they see women as fragile vessel, they don't want them to, feel terrible and all of that. Most men will not, right? So it's you that will draw the line. You let her know. First of all, you've already told your husband is doing their normal thing, cutting any ties or severing any boundaries. But you too will let her know that, excuse me, ma, please, can you stay in your house? Can you stop calling my husband? Can you please keep your food? Isha, she's bringing the food. Thank you, ma, we have eaten. You don't need to be rude. Hey, yeah, thank you so much. We just finished eating. No, we just finished eating. But yeah, you should keep it. Maybe next time. Don't worry. Next time when you cook, I will come by myself. Thank you very much. You don't have to be rude. It will pass the message. That money that she sent to your husband, you will collect it from your husband. Thank my husband said you gave him. Thank you. We really appreciate it. But we don't need it. That is how you position yourself, that this will not be tolerated. But the moment you tolerate a few, how are you there? You tolerate a few, all this little disrespect, talking to your husband behind your back and everything. The more you do that, the more he's coming to your house and you're opening door. If you lock the door, will she get spare key? If she knock and you ask who is there, and you say, sorry, me and my husband, we are busy. We are in the bedroom, we are busy. But yeah, you should come back later. Will she come and badge on your door? You don't accept it. Your mom will say, I've said this adage on this channel more than 20 times. Whatever you will not tolerate, don't accept it. Right?
Honestly, that's basically it. Because I think that, like you mentioned, when we indulge people to pass our boundaries, they will overpass it. Like I feel like even from the beginning, she had indulged her. For example, she'll bring food. She did, you've accepted it. That's how people will not just start to step on your toes. People will not just start to walk all over you. They will throw it at you bit by bit. And once you take the first one, that's fine. Once you take the second one, subconsciously they will now do more that you'll not be like, but I was just being nice, but they don't get it. Our minds, all of us, we have the tendencies to, misbehave. Like, if not for the Holy Spirit in some people, if you see the madness that is inside them, you will not know how the Holy Spirit just cautioning some people, But everybody has tendencies to overstep and pass boundaries. Even, especially because she's fragile, she's in a vulnerable position where, she's divorced, she has 3 kids, she has been married before, she knows what companionship means. And here's this good-looking man of God, because she mentioned her husband is a minister. And it will probably start off as being, this is such a respectful guy, such a nice stuff, overlooking the fact that yes, this is another person's husband, and she just yearns for that thing, not necessarily paying that. She might feel it that yes, you're in the picture, but she just be like, I'm not concerned in this moment, let me just be happy, let me just do me and whatever it is that they'd like to tell themselves. But she would throw it at you first. Okay, let me just be close to these people, let me just be friends of the family. She'll bring food, she'll bring, over time she will come inside and be speaking to your husband, and she will say that, hey, you're the one that is not friendly. It's because you're not friendly, that's why. And like she said, sometimes she would disrespect you and still want to have a conversation with you. In her own mind, she's been a friend of the family. That's how she's able to justify it. In her own mind, she's been a friend of the family. But then she knows what she's gone in for, or she knows the implication of what she's doing. Because if she was married and somebody was doing that to her, she wouldn't accept it. That's just the plain truth. So I feel like in one way or the other, whether because you didn't know better or because we're just trying to be nice, polite, just whatever it is, you have indulged her.
You contributed to it.
That's it. So you just have to stop indulging her, and that means that you just have to enforce these boundaries. When we set boundaries, it is also our responsibility to enforce it. It's not people that will come and tell you that, oh, you have boundaries. Oh, how nice. I will stick by it. I will follow your boundaries. No, it's you that will have to enforce it. And if people see that you yourself, you don't respect the boundaries that you have set for yourself, they will disrespect it. And that's just it. If I see anybody's boundary that they live there, me, self, I will step. That's just a joke. But I'm just saying that, people, we all have that tendencies. It could be you in another vulnerable situation that you're not even obvious of the boundaries of another person, and until they call you, until they call you to it, that's when you realize, oh, I've overstepped my boundaries in this area. There are some times that even with our friends, we'll say things that are not necessary just because over familiarity. But when they call us to it, when they say, oh, this thing that you have done, we then adjust. This is what you're going to do in this situation. You have to enforce the boundaries. Like Victoria said, just go to her. Any day she calls your husband and you're there, you don't need to do much. Carry the phone, answer the phone. My neighbor, how are you doing? Things with you today. If she doesn't get the memo, go to her house, sit down with her, have a conversation with her.
This one we not even get.
She needs to actually sit down and have a conversation.
She has agenda.
Tell her that you're not sit down with her and tell her that you're not comfortable with it. If she needs a minister, you have a pastor's number. Give her the pastor's number so that she can call for counseling and other spiritual advice. You have to take a firm stand on this one because, like she said, her husband has really tried. I'm not saying like he's perfect, but he's done what he can do. And you already understand your husband, knowing that he doesn't want somebody to be nagging and constantly repeating things, which is fine. You take the bold step. You're 26 doesn't mean that you're a fool. You are very mature. Yeah. Nobody can. And there's not much difference between you people. It's 4 years. 4 years and so what? And so what? Your husband that you are married to go is probably more than 4 years, over you, and you're still calling by name. And you are still there doing awada together. So what's now another person, another woman, your fellow that is now 4 years older than you, that you cannot enforce boundaries?
Even if it's 20 years.
I mean,
even if it's 100 years.
So don't even think that early 30s, you are 26. What remains for you to, if you stretch your leg like this, you'll be in your early 30s too. That is not past like that. It really does not pass like that. So you just have to be really firm. Don't look, you are the one that is married. You have to own it. It's your house. It's your husband. It's your person. The both of you are one. Why are you shivering? Why are you thinking that skinny? No, she should understand. She should know better. You sit down with her. You be nice, be polite.
She even knows. This one knows. She's just been intentionally stupid.
There's really nothing that anybody can tell you. Nobody can. You have to enforce it. If she does not hear word, you tell her that if she doesn't, understand where you're going to, you will have to talk to your pastor's wife about it, and maybe they will pay her a visit. Let her know that you mean what you're saying. Let her know that you mean it. No, collecting rice today, tomorrow you frown face. No. They bring rice to you, don't collect.
Reject it. Don't even smile and say anything. I'm glad that you're able to even move out of the compound, right? So which is good for you, right? Now make sure that she never gets to know your address. I don't know how you're going to do it. To tell your husband, don't ever give her our address, and you to be sure that you never do that. Secondly, block a number from your husband's phone, and that's it. Block it. It's because your husband is on the same page with you. He's just not taking the step.
Exactly.
Why are you accommodating the calls? Just take the phone and block it. And if she uses another number, block it. If she uses another number to call, you answer, you let her know that I'm the one that blocked your number from my husband's phone. Please stop calling my husband. And you call tango. Don't even do shalaye. Go necessary. Hang up and block her. You understand? So that is how you make sure that the boundaries is clear. So just and keep on praying. See, anyone that said that you don't enjoy your husband's house, go. Don't be afraid to pray. Don't be afraid to pray. See, God is on your side. You are the married woman. Sometimes God does not fight our battle for because we don't ask him. He say you don't receive because you didn't ask. Sometimes most of the battles that we are carrying on our head up and down, all we need is just to go to God in prayer. Call her name and say, God, this woman, help me to give her work. It's like I do. That's why. Because God will not kill her for you. God will not, God cannot kill because she's also a child of God.
Companion, if it is boredom.
God, please help me, whatever, make her busy, keep her busy. Give her job, whatever it is, whether it's a man or whether she'll keep her busy for me. Help her to forget my husband. Give her temporary amnesia that will make her see, this thing I'm saying, it might look like play, but trust me, there is no prayer that is silly to God. He wants us to be happy, and anything, he said he will grant you the desires of your heart, and this one is his desire. It is his will that you have a good home. quote the scripture. God, you said I will have a good home. You said, so this woman is threatening your will for my family. So God, deal with it. Whilst you too, you are also doing the other things. And listen to God. Honestly, the Holy Spirit can give you wisdom. He can tell you what to do in every situation. So don't be afraid to take a step. Okay, so that's what that I would advise to you. If you guys have any advice to this lady, please leave it in the description box below. Don't be timid, be bold. I like that. Be bold. Let her know that I'm not a child because I've been tolerating it. Someone will say my gentility is not stupidity. Because I'm gentle with you does not mean that I'm a stupid person. Okay, so I'm respecting you, and I expect that the same respect I accord you, you also accord me the same, right? So back off.
Okay? That's the period.
In Jesus' name.
That's the period.
Drop my mic drop.
Let us know what you guys think in the comments. We'd love to hear your thoughts, because these days the comment section is always like you guys you used to leave detailed comments, and we really love that. So yes, as always, please share your thoughts in the comment section, and if there's anything you want to share with us, any questions, any topic you want us to discuss, as always, our email is in the description box. You can always send us a DM as well on Instagram. Our personal channel is also linked in the description box. You have access to us, anything you need to know in the description box as always. Okay, thank you so much for watching. If you're yet to subscribe, if you click out of this video without subscribing, I will come to your house and I will come for you. Is that all right? Is that all right? Anyways, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you're yet to do that, and we will see you in the next one. As always, we remain your favorite host, Yemi and
Victoria.
Yay!
See you guys in the next one. Bye.
Bye.